Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths, and this is a question referred to me by a student for an explanation. Now, she's a good student. She was just a little bit confused about some of the working that she saw. And what we have here is we have an example of an anti-differentiation where on the bottom of our expression we have something like ax plus b to the power of -1, and that's a special case when it comes to anti-differentiation. It involves logarithms, and you can see here the sort of general formula for dealing with this. It's not particularly difficult when you see something in this form. The problem was this: it's the numerator. And what she saw, it's probably easier if I write down what she saw and then questioned me about. So what she saw in the intermediate working was as follows. And her question to me was, how was it that someone got from here to here? And it's not immediately obvious, but it's a really, really handy trick for when it comes to dealing with something like this as a numerator. So I'll show you what they did to get to here. So we have 1 minus 2x divided by x plus 1. That's another way of writing that. And if we write it this way and we go ahead with the division, we simply ask ourselves, what do we have to do to x to get -2x? And the answer is that we multiply it by -2. And what that gives us is -2x minus 2. So just bear in mind the way that I've written this. Normally you'd go -2x minus 2, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to line up the columns in such a way that it's easy to do a subtraction. When we do that subtraction, what we get is 1 minus -2, which is 3. That's our remainder. And we get -2. Now that we can see is something that is easily explained once we look at this. That's the -2. What about this? Well, what we've done is we've divided this by this, and what we've got is -2 and a remainder. Now the way in which we write remainders, if you remember your remainder theorem, is that we do the following. The remainder is to be divided into this, divided by that, x plus 1. And that is how we get that. Now, what that means is that this becomes a whole lot easier to work with. What is the antidifferential of this? Well, it's -2x. And what is the antidifferential of this? Well, it's we've got 3 as a numerator instead of 1, so it's going to be 3 over 1, 3. Log e, function of x, which is this thing, plus c. And so to tidy that up, it is -2x plus 3 log e modulus of x plus 1 plus c. And that is our answer, and that is how you do it. There are other ways of doing this, but this is how I would do it. I can understand why the book she was looking at did it this way, because it greatly simplifies the problem. Sorry, that should be a 2x in there, my mistake. Okay, well, I hope you found that useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.